This is a homestand we've been waiting for. First of all, the Nats are going to be home for a long, long time. A week and a half. Dusty's ball club also a chance to clinch it all and get things set up for October. So it's the first of 4 against the Phillies. It's the first of 10 in this ballpark. Sure feels good to be back home, and it could be special because only once have these guys been able to clinch something at home.
Yeah, let's take a trip down memory lane. Go back to 2012. The only time the Nats clinched at Nats Park. You look at the fans in the ballpark that day. I'm going to take it down memory lane. Adam LaRoche had 33 home runs and 100 RBIs. Ryan Zimmerman had 25 home runs. Rookie of the Year Bryce Harper had 22 home runs. Gio Gonzalez was 21-8 that year. They won the division by 4 games. And get this, Tyler Clippard had 32 saves. When I looked at this earlier, that's the one that got me. Clip leading the ball club in saves.
So the Nats celebrating 5 years ago, and here we are again tonight, 2017, magic number 6. So it's not like it can happen tonight, but it'll happen soon. And so the Nats and Ryan Zimmerman getting it done lately. Zim's been fantastic. He's hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games. 305, 31-93, the numbers, 7th in home runs and RBIs. So why not Ryan Zimmerman this year in what could be another historic season for your Washington Nationals? And by the hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from BWI Marshall, Amtrak, and I-95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. Beautiful night, a little cool here at the ballpark. Feels like September weather, doesn't it? 71 degrees at the yard tonight, humidity not a factor. Tanner Roark and the Phillies coming up in moments. Phillies are 53-86, 10th in the league in hitting, 13th in runs, and 12th in homers. And Rhys Hoskins, their rookie, making all kinds of headlines. He hit 8 home runs in a 9-day stretch in August after his call-up. He's been on base 19 of his last 20 ball games, and we'll see what kind of stuff the Nats pitching staff has for him in this series. Tanner Roark, 5-5 career against the Phils.
And there you see the arsenal for Tanner, coming off a real tough one on the first at Milwaukee. Struck out 10 in 7 innings, and he lost the game 1-0. Gave up just 1 run through 105 pitches in that one. So fastball 57% of the time. Curveball has been his pitch. Opponents hit just 202 against Tanner Roark's curve.
Other folks still coming down Half Street. Small crowd in the yard right now as we get started. Cesar Hernandez on a 5-game hitting streak, 8 for 21. So Bunch of Phillies swinging the bats pretty well right now. 7:05. Right on time with the first pitch, ball one. Tanner Roark, 15 games, 13 starts career against the Phils. On the grass at third, Defoe. 1-1. Same umpiring crew we had last night in Miami. Paul Emmel, the crew chief, has the plate, 19th year. Quinn Wolcott, Brian O'Nora, and Nick Lentz, first, second, and third. Hernandez 6 for 22 against Tanner. 2-1 pitch. Pretty close, and it's ball three. Nats lead the season series 7-5 over the Phillies. Have not played them since the 14th of May, over 100 games ago. Ball pulled to the right side, and Ryan Zimmerman to the bag.
The defense tonight for the Nats behind Tanner. Lynn, Taylor, Diaza, the outfield. Turner, Defoe, left side. Murphy, Zimmerman, right side. Matt Wieters behind the plate. Wilmer Defoe picking in at third tonight. Strong bench for the Nats. Kendrick, Rendon, Worth getting the night off.
Yeah, a bunch of kids in there too.
Some guy named Robles on the bench.
Yeah. Rafael Bautista is back. Drew Stevenson is back. Andrew Stevenson wearing number 14. Dusty said a lot of times when young players get called up, they're here to learn more so than to play in September.
Well, he's going to learn how to pour champagne on his buddy's head here, hopefully, soon. It's always
2-0.
a good thing to witness as a young player. What it's like to win at the highest level. Probably a big reason why he's here. See what that whole celebration thing's about after 6 months of hard work.
Freddie Galvis having a solid year. Left-handed, 257. Right-handed, 257. He has 7 for his last 18 on a little hitting streak. Plays a very good shortstop day today. He's double digits in homers and probably will end up with over 60 runs batted in. 2-2 pitch.
If I had a vote, he'd be my Gold Glove shortstop in the National League. 7 errors all year. Made his 7th yesterday. On a routine comebacker, dropped a double play feed from the pitcher. But you talk about playing every day at shortstop and making just 7 errors. That's incredible.
3-2. He's been their shortstop ever since Jimmy Rollins moved on, and not an easy pair of shoes to fill in Philly. Another long count for Tanner. 3-2 and a foul.
I'm trying to think. Well, when we saw Brandon Crawford in San Francisco, he made a couple errors against the Nats, and he's kind of had an off year, and he's the reigning shortstop as far as Gold Glove goes. Trey missed a lot of time. I think he's got one of those in his future.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd vote for Freddie Galvis. 3-2.
Javier Baez is going to win one, but you know, he makes so many crazy plays. I think he throws the ball away a lot, and he's going to have a high error total because A, he gets the balls that most people don't, and B, he wings everything over there. So he makes the most spectacular plays, I think.
And a ball hit out to center, hit pretty well on Michael A. Taylor to his right for the second out of the game. AARP with a player profile, getting to know Victor Robles. Just 20 years old. According to MLB.com, number 4 overall prospect. And this season, 300. Extra base hits are there. The RBIs, scoring runs, stealing. 114 games between single A Potomac and double A Harrisburg.
Soaking it all in, isn't he?
He hit safely in 20 of his last 21 games, including a 17-game streak. Got to see him just a little bit in spring training.
Oh, Brian Goodwin not coming along as quick as they had hoped, so Victor Robles gets his first chance.
Odubel Herrera is on the league's longest hitting streak of the season, tying Bryce Harper. Bryce had a 19-gamer July 1st to the 27th. Herrera extended his 2 games ago with a pinch hitting appearance. So we know what that does to a hitting streak. It came on late in the game.
It extends it in this case.
Well, it took a 12-pitch at bat for him to do that. And he got a base hit. Then he went out and got another hit the next day, so he's at 19. Did I just see an angle we've never seen before here?
Did you hear me screaming the talkback?
High third base camera?
I said, that's sick. Where did we get that right there?
Now that'll be a great view for anything into the right field corner. Very nice. 3-1 to Herrera, who's become a doubles machine now. Odubel, and FP's called him O-double before, has 36 on the year, and he's going to walk for the 29th time.
Super clever, by the way, real hard.
Well, you want to see Rhys Hoskins? Here he is, making huge news around baseball with what he's done in his first month in the big leagues. He's 24, from Phoenix, Phillies 5th rounder 3 years ago, out of Jesuit High School in California. He was an all-WAC player and player of the year at Cal State Sacramento 3 years ago.
8916, same high school as Darren Baker.
So he's 29 for 94, and Jeep has more numbers. So a homer every other game, fastest to 12 all time. He's now played 27 ball games and has 29 hits.
All time. Don't sleep on that. All time. He's averaging 4.43 pitches per plate appearance. I would rank 3rd highest in the big leagues. Got a good idea at the plate, great discipline. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He's hitting 276 with 2 strikes this year. And 7 of his 12 homers have come with 2 strikes.
1-0. Target in from Matt Wieters. He had a ball game a couple of days ago when he went 0 for 3 and he walked twice. He saw 35 pitches in those 5 at bats.
Well, he said the longer you're up there, the more likely you are to see a mistake. So Pete McCannon loves his patience, his game plan. He sticks with it. Very patient hitter, and he does damage.
What rookie thinks like that, though? That's amazing. I guess you can think like it. Doing it's another thing, and he's done it. And this one high in the air, short left center. Adam Lind coming on. He's going to make that grab, and a scoreless first inning with a walk for Tanner Roark. Now the Nats face Aaron Nola.
English sheepdog, and that right there, you're looking at a cockapoo. Hounds on the mound, or dogs in the district, pups in the park. And here's the Nats lineup with your play-by-play man, Bob Carpenter.
Canine's in the, well, I can't think of anything for that. How about Adam Lynn, though, in that number 5 spot? Pinch hit him, starting, 299 overall, 290 in 52 starts this year. And this will be Aaron Nola, 24 years of age, another young Philly. And against the Nats, career 1-3, 1/4 of his outs are strikeouts.
And the other 3 quarters, or I don't know. Last start against the Marlins, had a tough one. Gave up 6 runs in 5 innings on 10 hits.
Trey Turner, first pitch of the game, swinging and out of play.
He struck out 7 fish. So fastball, curveball change. I'm looking at his numbers. The curveball's the pitch for him. Opponent's hitting just 209, 40 for 196 against the Nola curve.
Trey Turner 1 for 1 against him. Nola has faced the Nationals just once this year. April 14th here, 5 innings, a run on 6 hits. Nationals won that game 3-2. So unusual, the schedule. The Nats and the Phillies played home and home twice, taking up 12 games in the first 6 weeks of the season, and we haven't seen them since the middle of May. Played the Marlins 16 times since then. Has a good off-speed pitch there, 2-2.
Change up with all kinds of sling side, arm side run on it late. 3/4 release. We'll get that arm side run.
In about 18 minutes, Marlins underway at Atlanta. Dan Straley against Sean Newcomb. So they'll be about a half hour behind us here. We'll keep track of that game as it moves along this evening. In regards to the magic number, 2-2. Big hook. Nola, 149 strikeouts in 143 innings.
Some new names on the defense. You see Hoskins, Herrera, Williams, the outfield for the Phillies. Galvis, Crawford, left side. Hernandez, Joseph, right side. And Jorge Alfaro behind the plate.
And J.P. Crawford over third base, a #1 draft pick, cousin of Carl Crawford. Talk about some of these youngsters when they come up to hit, but the Phillies are looking down the road here. And Wilmer Defoe, first pitch swinging to the steady Freddie Galvis, 2 down. You know, I was looking over some of these kids' bios. Several guys on the Phillies now that are appearing in the big leagues were obtained in the Cole Hamels deal 2 years ago. So, you know, you hear about these names, you don't think a whole lot about them. Well, the big deal is Cole Hamels from the Phillies to Texas. Well, a couple years later, you start seeing some of the fruits of those deals.
That's why you can't judge a trade the day it's made.
Exactly. Daniel Murphy is 5 for his last 9. .320 batting average. Just a couple of days ago, he was down to .314. If you can be down to .314, it's a great batting average, but .320, outstanding. 19 points behind Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies. Good high, 2-1.
Seems like a much more comfortable at bat from the left side than the right side. Big, tall, lanky pitcher, kind of crossfiring with that 3/4 release.
Nola from Baton Rouge, he's a former #1 draft pick. And there's another one from 2005, Ryan Zimmerman. Nominated, by the way, for the Roberto Clemente Award. He's the Nats nominee this year. That's on the edge.
Isn't NOLA an abbreviation for New Orleans, Louisiana?
It is for a lot of people. Yeah.
So he has a really long last name and they just tightened it up to that.
Well, he just didn't want to be called Aaron New Orleans his whole life.
Aaron, New Orleans, Louisiana.
3-2 pitch. Murphy stays alive. And of course, he pitched at LSU, which every kid growing up in that state wants to do. Either pitch or play football for him. Another full count pitch here. Murphy, a rifle shot up the middle. Hit number 153, and Daniel Murphy is 6 for his last 10. He has re-locked and loaded here.
Well, there goes the no-hitter. Watch the finish. Pointing right where the ball went. First knock of the night, nice swing.
So Murphy now 8 for 19, pardon me, career against Aaron Nola. Ryan Zimmerman 3 for 14 with a couple of RBIs and coming off a very nice series in Miami. 3 for 5 last night, 2 singles, a homer, drove in a couple. So congrats to Ryan for being the Clemente nominee for the Nats again, not the first time it's happened. We were in Florida. Dee Gordon was their nominee, and I noticed today that Ian Desmond was the Colorado Rockies Clemente nominee. One ball, one strike.
So we got 21 games left after tonight.
Yes, sir.
He needs 47 hits for 200.
That would be some kind of pace.
Well, I mean, when he's hot, it's 2 a day. If he's going to play every day is a question.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, well, it'd be hard, but not impossible.
This one right off the end of the bat. Ryan hopes it goes foul, and it does. Zimmerman flashing by. Nola pursuing the ball. Strike 2.
Well, he stopped after first, which is good. He didn't keep running into the bullpen. Last night, though, he hit his 31st tater. One of the louder home runs we've heard all year. So let's FiOS by Verizon StatCast that thing. 427 feet, 108 miles an hour. StatCast is brought to you from FiOS by Verizon. FiOS is not cable. We're wired differently. Go to getfios.com today with a flaw at the end.
And we were told by Marlins guys that only Stanton, Marcell Ozuna, and Ryan Zimmerman have visited the upper deck right center as right-handed batters in that yard.
Yeah, Murph would have to throw some 3s and 4s in there to do it, but I don't think it's impossible. I think him playing the games might be the biggest deal with the Nats being real close.
Target away on 1 and 2. Zimmerman to left. It'll back up Rhys Hoskins just a bit. And the Nats, like the Phillies, will strand a runner in the first inning. Base hit by Murphy, now 6 for his last 10. A day here at Nationals Park, and the Nats and MLB will officially recognize Ryan as the nominee in the name of one of the great players ever, 3,000 hit guy, Hall of Famer and humanitarian, the great Clemente. Hispanic Heritage Month celebrated the many ways Latinos put an accent on baseball. Get your tickets at nationals.com. Place should be rocking tomorrow night. Max Scherzer scheduled to go for the Nats.
Tomorrow is Scherzer Day.
Williams, Joseph, Crawford. There's another rookie, Nick Williams. He's on a 5-game hitting streak, 7 for 22. One of the players obtained in that deal involving Cole Hamels. Easy little pop-up for Trey Turner for the first down.
All right, just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in the ball game. That's brought to you by Miller Lights.
Next up is their leading home run and RBI guy with 20 and 65, 25-year-old Tommy Joseph. Phillies got him a couple of years ago in the Hunter Pence deal. 4 for 12 with a walk against Tanner Roark. Taking Tanner a moment here to get his command. It's 2-0. He had only 10 strikes out of 22 pitches in the first inning. But a harmless walk, and that was it for the Phils.
I think he missed one location in his 105 pitches last start against the Brewers. It was the home run to Neil Walker, curveball. That was it. Only run he gave up. People say tough luck loss all the time. You can't get any worse than 1-0.
Pitch up, and it jammed the right-handed batter. Ryan Zimmerman, as good as it gets with the glove over there. He knows his ballpark so well, and a fine play for the second out.
Took his eyes off it for a second just to see where he's at. The fence was approaching over the shoulder. Nice play. About 15 minutes from now, you take your eyes off the baseball like that, you might not see it again at twilight.
So here's the 16th player taken overall in the draft 4 years ago out of Lakewood High School in California. There's the sky. Beautiful right now, and this is J.P. Crawford out of Long Beach.
Shortstop. And because of Freddie Galvis, they have him playing third right now.
Reaches out and hits the ball pretty well, but Alejandro De Aza is right there. Tanner Roark with a 10-pitch second inning.
bottom two. Lynn's been a very consistent offensive performer over the history of his career, but he had a down 2016 for him, hitting just .239 with an on-base percentage under 300. And talking to him recently, he said there are a few factors that made last year tough for him. First of all, it was a contract year, and he felt that he put too much pressure on himself to perform, to earn a new contract. He also was playing out west in Seattle, far away from his family in Tampa, and he felt removed from the people that he cares about. He says now he's just another guy on a winning team, closer to home, playing loose, putting up big numbers, not thinking about his future, not thinking about anything really, just going out there having fun and playing.
Yeah, think hit, see ball, hit ball. Adam Lynn, when you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Dan with our Coons.com sideline report.
Yeah, I just think it's big to get off to a good start with your new ball club. You remember back to opening day here in Nats Park, you had the pinch hit home run. That helps you relax. You start to fit in with the guys. You're not pressing, all that stuff.
Wow, 357 in this ballpark.
New fan base falls in love with you, and then it just kind of autopilot from there, really.
Facing Aaron Nola for the first time. And that breaking ball came back around.
If you have track record, you've been with an organization for a while, I don't think a slow start's a big deal. But when you're a new player on a new team in a new city, I think getting out of the gates well, playing well, is huge.
Target away. Lind can't get to the off-speed pitch. Second K for Aaron Nola. How about the ball Michael A. Taylor roasted in the 8th inning last night?
Yeah, it was far. Such a quick bat, my goodness. 25-degree, optimal launch angle for destruction of the second row of seats.
So a couple of long home runs on the road trip. The high towering blast in Milwaukee was something to behold. So Michael A. has 14 with 40 RBIs. 2 for 7 career against Nola.
It's a good swing.
That was front door on the curve, and it just kind of stayed in there. 2-1.
No practice swing right there. You see that? He's just going palm up, palm down, telling himself stay inside the baseball. That little movement he just made with his hands is to get his hands in the right slot.
3-2.
You can right center maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Phillies defense, infield and outfield, pretty straight away, except for Herrera. Couple of steps toward left center. So some room out there by the scoreboard. 3-2 and a chopper to the right side. If Nola doesn't get it, it'll be close. He has to wait for the ball, and it's dropped, and Taylor is safe. Tommy Joseph to Nola, and they didn't make the connection.
That's got to be a hit. Let's see what they score it. It looked like he was going to beat this right out of the gate, right? You're thinking base hit once it gets by Nola. He's putting his head down. He can fly. Nola wasn't near the base. I think that's got to be a hit all the way. Little stumble out of the box. Good hustle, waiting for the scoreboard, not seeing anything.
And they've given somebody on the Phillies an error.
Hey, welcome home, Michael Taylor.
You would think Tommy Joseph on the throw. It is behind the pitcher.
There is no home love in this ballpark. Ever.
Well, that's 12 bags aboard there. Michael A. 12 for 17 this year. Jorge Alfaro, the catcher, 2 for 9, caught stealing. Pretty good lead. Front foot out to that cut of the grass. Michael A. had a great jump, and he is in there with number 13.
Opponents now 17 of 19 against Aaron Nola this year. Good jump. Michael A. got loose running to first base, and he just makes it in. Are the Phillies taking a look?
They are.
Close. Pretty quick tag by Freddie Galvis.
Play on here. No challenge from Philadelphia. And in the box with a count of 0-1 is Matt Wieters. 7 hits in his last 5 games. Matt's had some time off this week, nursing that sore back. He has a career RBI against Nola, 1 for 4.
Yeah, Michael A. Taylor's got the oven mitt with the fingers out. Did you see that? That's the Freddy Krueger oven mitt. Because a lot of times when you put that thing on, we're seeing guys having trouble holding the base with their hand. Go flying right by, but that one, just stick all those Ginsu knives right on the base and you're good.
This ball in the air left side, approaching twilight time here. Freddie Galvis sees it all the way for the second out. Potomac Nationals accepting deposits for next year. Full and half ticket plans. 703-590-2311 or PotomacNationals.com. You can lock in 2017 pricing right now. Two outs. It's up to Alejandro De Aza. We'll see how interested the Phillies are in pitching to him. With the runner in scoring position, pitcher on deck outside. Had his best game as a Nat the other night with a single and a double. Game 2 in Miami, that 2-1 win behind Steven Strasburg. De Aza, 16 games for the Nationals, 6 hits, 5 runs batted in. This one out to left center, and he's going to have another RBI. Around to score, Taylor. Alejandro De Aza, 7 hits. 6 runs batted in. 1-0.
It's early in the game, so Pete McCannon decided, hey, well, if he gets a base hit and scores 1 run, we got to score some runs anyway. So first base open, he chooses to pitch to De Aza with the pitcher on deck, and nice swing. Stolen base comes into effect. 1-0 Nats.
Here's Tanner, 4 hits on the year. So the error, the steal, the single, manufacturing a run. And that'll enable the Nats to turn over the lineup here and get the pitcher in the box. Roark and Nola have faced each other before. They're each 0 for 3 against the other.
You know my philosophy. I first base open, 2 outs. I'd walk number 8 to get to the pitcher in batting practice.
He would be intentionally walked by you and me before he ever gets near the batter's box.
I would do it at 5:30 with the turtle cage out there, just because. 1-0 Nats.
1-0 Nats.
I'm making the guy that plays once out every 5 days and it's not a professional hitter beat me. I don't care what inning it is, what part of the game it is.
1-1, short lead by De Aza.
It's different managers have different philosophies. We've seen it all year. Some guys want that 2-out inning.
Yeah, Dusty likes going after the number 8 hitter as a rule.
To have a 2-out inning the next inning potentially with the pitcher leading on.
1-1. Good take. They're underway in Atlanta. Marlins top of the first against Sean Newcomb and the Braves. Target away.
Nats got home about, to the ballpark last night, 3 a.m. Another getaway day night game. Seems like those are all the rage in Major League Baseball now.
Especially in our division. 2-2. And Tanner waited for that curveball, hit it to the right side for Cesar Hernandez. Nats pick up an unearned run unless they change that error call later. De Aza, the RBI.
Gonzalez with his 14th win of the year. He loves pitching against the Marlins. You remember he flirted with a no-hitter a couple times ago at Marlins Park. So 5 innings last night, 4 strikeouts, no runs. He goes to 14-6 on the year through 101 pitches, 55 for strikes. So how about the left-hander for Cy Young? What do you think? Definitely into the discussion as we go deep inside the numbers. There's your top 4. Gio Gonzalez has thrown 100 pitches or more in 25 of 28 starts. So he and Max, some guy named Kershaw I'd never heard of, and Zach Greinke. Who's that?
Quite a list. Gio, by the way, now 10-3 against his hometown team career. Marlins got a run in the first on a Christian Yelich RBI at Atlanta. So here we are, top 3. Alfaro, Nola, Hernandez. Tanner Roark's 8th hitter, and that's his 2nd first pitch strike.
Yeah, we talked about 2012, the last time the Nats clinched at home. And Gio Gonzalez was 21-8 that year. I think he finished 3rd in the Cy Young voting. Nats were 98-64, won the division by 4 games. I think they clinched on October 1st.
Third to last game of the year.
Yeah.
And that ball hit deep, left center, and it's going. And that is out of here from Jorge Alfaro, the catcher, his second of the year. This guy's played in 16 games this year. He's been on base every game and has a hit in all but 1. So who is this guy? Game tied.
His first home run of the year was in San Diego in the exact same spot. Curveball from Tanner Roark. Pete McCannon was talking about it before the game today. Left center field, a low line drive at Petco. And this one almost identical.
Yeah, Michael A. Taylor took one look at that thing and didn't move much. Alfaro, 24 years of age, from Colombia. And again, another Philly obtained in the Cole Hamels, Jake Diekman deal. So reaping some benefits a couple of years later as they are rebuilding. Aaron Nola, the hitter, against Tanner Roark, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. Nola 2 for 39 this year, 5 career hits overall. And on a pretty good rip, straight back.
You know, as a young player, you first go around the league, you can jump the league. Meaning, you know, you could be a 250, 240 hitter in AAA, get called up to the big leagues, and all of a sudden just start raking because teams don't know where to go, where your holes are to get you out.
Nola with a nice swing. De Aza thought about getting after it, but he had to pull up. And Aaron Nola, 3 for 40 on the year with that hit. And first time through the order, the Phillies had gone 0 for 6 with a walk, and now the last 2 have hit safely. Top of the order, Cesar Hernandez.
The real challenge for a young player is your second time around, maybe, when scouts have sat behind home plate, watched your swing, watched your strengths, your weaknesses. Because up here, they can execute the game plan to perfection on a more consistent basis as they can in AAA. So how you adjust determines whether you stay or not and whether you succeed or not.
Hernandez, ground ball to Ryan Zimmerman first time. There's a good curve. 1-1. Follows it up with a fastball that probably looked a lot faster than 91. Murphy, Turner, looking for a ground ball.
Tanner's bread and butter against lefties, that front hip Greg Maddux 2-seam fastball. It's been elusive for him for the most part this year, but last time out against Milwaukee, he had a really good feel for it. The best he's had all year. He was starting it right at lefties, bringing it back late. See if they go to it here.
Got him. Swing and a miss. Cesar Hernandez strikes out for the 90th time this year. And for Tanner, his first of the night.
Change up. Looked just like his fastball. Hernandez way out in front. Kept it down the zone. Everything down and away pretty much that whole sequence. Good pitch. Same release point, same arm speed, different velocity.
Freddie Galvis hit the ball hard first time up, lined out to center. And this high fly ball will move Adam Lind over toward the corner. A ways to go. He's there. 2 down. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. So before the break and after, I remember coming back, FP, out of the All-Star break, we talked about historically Tanner being a second half guy, and it's gone true to form.
Well, he just kind of slowed everything down. His tempo, his mechanics, his delivery. Still has a good pace, but he's not rushing everything. And early in the year, maybe trying a little bit too hard, you know, type A personality, high school quarterback. Max effort. Now he's just kind of in cruise control with how slow his delivery is and how under control he is in his mound presence.
Odubel Herrera base on balls first time. So this week we've seen the most closed stance in all of baseball. Maybe with this guy the most wide open.
Yeah, Giancarlo opposite of Odubel. Both good first names though.
I mean, watch where the front foot comes around when he gets set. Can't even see it. He'll swing it around when he gets ready.
It's in the Nats dugout.
On the edge, Tanner Roark with a little paint for strike 2.
Rushed him, couldn't do his leg kick and everything, and just shut it down and had to take the pitch. You know, you see a leg kick guy at the plate. I'm surprised more pitchers don't vary their delivery to disrupt the timing of the hitter.
Yeah. Hey, the thing we forgot to tell you, at least I did, was Herrera was on the disabled list after 17 games of that streak. So he came back and got that pinch hitting appearance. Tonight he's going to hit one over the head of Adam Lind. So that's a 20-game streak. And with 2 outs, the pitcher Aaron Nola stops at third. Adam Lind thought he was going to get it, and it kept on going on him. And Odubel Herrera is now 28 for 73 in a streak. He's acting like he hit a home run.
Well, he always does that. This is part of his routine. He's seen it for a couple years now. Like Adam Lind set up the catch that maybe a couple steps too soon. He started to chop his steps like he was going to reach up. Maybe he thought the fence was a little bit closer than it actually was. But a nice swing for Odubel Herrera.
Yeah, his 37th of the year. He's in the top 3 in the National League with Daniel Murphy and Nolan Arenado in 2 base hits. So here's Rhys Hoskins, the young slugger, who hit a fly ball to Lind first time up, and he takes a strike on the inside edge. So 3 hits in the inning. Wieters really setting up a way here. 1-1.
Rhys began his major league career 0 for 12.
This one to short. Trey Turner with the gun to Zimmerman. And the Phillies will settle for 1 on the Alfaro homer. Turner, Defoe, Murphy straight ahead.
innovative high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Smile. It's Friday in Paris, in Beijing, Tokyo. It's Friday somewhere. Little baby Carlos. What's up? And how about some Basset Hounds? And I think that's a Boston Terrier on the right. Maybe a Dalmatian, not sure. Almost Friday. We're almost there.
What happened to our dog chart, the ID chart that used to hang in the booth here?
I don't know. That was last year. Somebody snagged it. We used to have a chart with all the different breeds of dogs on the wall here in the booth.
May have gotten replaced by the Nat Pack poster.
Those are golden retrievers. That's I think that's a French bulldog. Irish setter. Stay, good boy. That's just a cute dog. I don't know what the heck that is. I want that dog. Can he come up to the booth? Can we get him up here?
Freight Rail works with our due-up. Bottom three, Turner, Defoe, Murphy. So Trey just under 300 at home. Wilmer still great numbers since the 1st of July when he got a lot of playing time. And then Daniel Murphy doing it all lately, and he has a base hit already tonight. First 2 innings, 39 pitches, 25 strikes for Aaron Nola. 1-3 career and 8 starts against the Nats with a 4.85 ERA. And the reason we've got so much time here, Nola took a long time coming out of the dugout.
That's a person. That is not a dog. That is a person. That's somebody's kid. Hairy little kid, but he's cute.
That's the outfit of the night right there. Trey Turner struck out swinging first time.
This might be the first ever night pups in the park, right?
Maybe.
I don't remember this being a night thing.
Front door on the curve. You mentioned Friday somewhere. They're watching in Geneva, Switzerland tonight. And he said, we are not neutral.
We're rooting for the
We're
Nats.
Nats fans,
Yeah.
we're not neutral.
Well, we had some fans from Switzerland last homestand check in, and I said, they're not rooting for anybody. They're neutral.
That was a good line. Well, Jeff Dickinson says otherwise. 1-1. On a changeup, that ball really darting down on Trey Turner. I think on a Sunday afternoon we were in San Diego. We had every continent represented watching the Nats. Turner had a piece of that curveball. Crawford has to be quick, and he makes a fine spinning play and throw to Tommy Joseph to get a very fast base runner.
Well, there you get an idea of the defensibility of J.P. Crawford. A shortstop playing third. He'll probably be a big league shortstop every day, but you see the spin move and the strong arm to get the speedy Trey Turner. Pick up your target, let it rip. Nice play.
Yeah, that's really good. Defoe and Murphy the next two. Wilmer swung at the first pitch. Now the bases were empty in that situation. Wilmer, of course, in our short look at him when he bats second, not at all a patient number 2 hitter. Oh, and 2 now. By the way, the Marlins dropped a 3 spot on the Braves in the first.
Well, then you have to look at Powell, right? I'm thinking Tater.
Yeah, they had a run on a Yelich hit. He hits after Giancarlo. That was their first RBI. That was the first thing I was looking for. Did Giancarlo hit one? Did he hit one? But not showing any home runs yet for Miami.
He's 0 for 1 with a punch out.
Up and in to Wilmer Defoe in the count 1-2. Into the 8 o'clock hour. Twilight time has come and gone. Lights have taken full effect here under a dark sky.
Feels
so
good.
Interesting how we sit up here, FP, and watch the weeks and the months go by during the season. Freezing in April. All the rain delays we had from the spring into the summer. And after not that brutal of a summer, really, compared to others, here we are in September, early September. And it's been in the 70s in the district for the last couple of weeks, at least when the Nats have been home. And just kind of sit here and think about the season. Game number 140 tonight. And watching the different conditions and the different weeks and months roll by, and it's getting close. Except for that, that's not close.
Seasons don't mess around here. They just go from one season to the other in a day.
Yeah.
It's a good pitch.
I mean, we're supposed to have peaceful transformations in this town. It's just kind of abrupt with the weather. Could have gone either way, that call on pitch number 7. 2-2 with 1 out. Big gap right center for Wilmer. Target in. And that'll be fouled down left field way.
I mean, that's the right approach for a left-hander tonight against Nola. I mean, the way he slings it 3/4, ball running away from you, whether it's the two-seam fastball or the change. And Daniel Murphy's approach is textbooked against a guy like this. Wilmer trying to do the same thing. Just stay on it. Totally disregard the inner half of the plate, and if he makes a mistake out over or in the outer third, you drive it the other way. Easy to say, but that should be your approach if you're left-handed.
2-2 again. Swing and a miss on the curveball diving. Aaron Nola, 3rd K.
I told you about the curveball at the outset. It's hitting 209 against it. Before tonight, he'd thrown 688 curveballs. And only 196 put into play. Some numbers to back up how tough it is to hit the Nola curveball.
0-2.
Yeah, the 3 above him, those curveballs are filthy. All of those.
Well, he had Defoe 0-2. Took a while to get him out. Now Murphy 0-2. Laying off of one. Back even.
Yeah, the first 2 on that curveball list have been on the DL this year. Kluber and McCullers. And when you talk about throwing 688 curveballs before tonight, I mean, that's a lot of torque on the arm.
Two. Murphy, now it's full.
And Nola was on the DL in May of this year, so lower back though.
Kluber's ball club. 14 in a row, the Indians. 13 in a row, the D-backs. History. And Daniel Murphy, a swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. They'll throw to first. Inning over. We go middle innings now in a 1-1 game. RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Lovely evening here in D.C. 1-1 ball game with the Phillies. Tanner Roark back to work. 53 pitches, 31 strikes. Couple of rookies around Tommy Joseph, Nick Williams and J.P. Crawford here. .90 away, and Williams couldn't get to it. Popped up to Turner first time. Nick Williams from Galveston, Texas. He was committed to A&M when he signed with the Rangers, and then part of that big deal 2 years ago to make him a Phil.
Got a lot of pop ball jumps off his bat.
77 minor league home runs. That's a great pitch by Tanner. How about that? Looked like a strike for a while, then away it went. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
A changeup, 83, started with plate. Had some run to it. Scoreboard said slider, but it's the scoreboard's first game back too.
We had that as a changeup up here. High in the air, hooking down the line, a towering blast, and that is out of the park. It stayed fair. Tommy Joseph hit one a mile high for his 21st home run.
We talk about all the time how Nats Park plays differently with the weather. Cool night tonight, and that ball looked like he was going to be halfway up the bleachers and left and barely got out of here. Kind of died at the end. That's why you saw Adam Lynn give it a chase right to the very end, and it barely got out of here. 2-1, excuse me.
So Tommy Joseph has 21 home runs this year, 8 of them have tied a game or given them the lead.
And one of the most high home runs we've seen all year. That was straight up.
This ball hit out to left by J.P. Crawford, and Adam Lind didn't have to move much for that one. 2 down. So the Phillies with a pair of homers on top.
The fastball just ran the inner half, and I think Tanner knew it right away. Kind of got interesting toward the end. Look at the Phillies dugout in the background. They're wondering if it's fair or foul. We were wondering if it had distance.
So here's the other guy who homered, Jorge Alfaro, the catcher.
The way that ball came down, Carp, my first reaction was look at the flags, thinking there was a little breeze coming down Half Street, but there isn't.
Yeah, that was kind of the left field version of some homers we've hit, not high, but staying fair like Murphy. That ball had no hook on it whatsoever.
He got his hands inside.
Yeah. 0-2. Keanu Murphy has amazed us over the 2 years with a bunch of shots down the line and right that just stayed straight as a string and left the yard. 0-2 now to the catcher.
Some of those, it looked like the ball was going to hit him, and he still kept them fair.
Swing and a miss on a good slider down and away. Roar, a couple of strikeouts. Phillies on top. Here comes Ryan Zimmerman. He's hit safely 9 of his last 10.
Ryan Zimmerman's home run yesterday in Miami came on a 3-0 count. That was the first hit in Ryan's career that came on a 3-0 pitch. And talking to Ryan about that shortly after the game in my walk-off interview, he said he's trying to train himself to swing more 3-0 because it's really the only true fastball count left. He said guys these days are throwing 2-0 sliders, they're giving you 3-1 changeups. And while Zim has barely done any swinging 3-0 at all in his career, in search of more fastballs, guys, he says he wants to start doing it more, so he's been trying it out of late.
It was not his first career RBI on a 3-0 pitch. He had once had a sac fly on that count.
You know, hitting 3-0 is something you have to learn how to do. You remember Ryan never used to swing at the first pitch until last year. Everybody knew it, they lay it in there, but why hitting 3-0 is something you have to learn how to do, Carp. It's like when you relay signs to a hitter and he knows what's coming, or a pitcher's tipping his pitches and you know what's coming. A lot of guys will just swing because they know, but you have to go into your happy zone once you know the pitch. You can't just swing because it's 3-0. That's how you have to become comfortable with hitting that count.
When you're talking cars and 3-0 hitting, you're talking Coons. Dan with our Coons.com sideline report.
you know, you'll get a guy tipping his pitches in the dugout, and you'll say, hey, he's fanning on his changeup, or his glove is a certain angle on his fastball. And some guys don't want to know that, because they'll swing at the pitch just because they know it's coming. They get so excited. Same thing with 3-0. You know it's going to be a fastball, so a lot of guys can't handle swinging 3-0 because they know what's coming. So they'll swing at ball 4, something letter high, something over their head.
Ryan just got a 1-0 changeup to even the count. And he gets a big curveball.
I used to like to know when it was off speed, because then you just kind of eliminate that pitch. And you don't swing at it until you have to, or you sit on it and make it be up. If you can take one pitch away from a guy by knowing it's coming, it makes your whole approach much more easier.
Nationals have 40 wins at home, 45 on the road. Milwaukee and Miami ended up being a 4-3 road trip, with Dusty's club winning the last 3. Phillies on the road, they've struggled, 25-49. Interesting, the Phils against the East, 30-30. Pete Maccannon's club has really battled well in the division. Nats have just a 2-game advantage over them. 2-2. And Ryan Zimmerman can't reach the curveball. 3 strikeouts in a row for Aaron Nola, Defoe, Murphy, and Zimmerman. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com, see how much you could save. Tom, Teddy, George, Abe. Teddy fading already. Down the stretch, it's George. Abe trying to close. No chance. So George and Abe are tied at 21. Thomas Jefferson, the leader, at 25. First pitch, base hit, Adam Lind. And they were playing him to pull over there. Not a lot of room between first and second.
Well, I mean, if you're in the first base dugout right now, we're in a white uni, you're watching the curveball from Aaron Nola, and you're saying, I'm not getting the 2 strikes. So good approach. Good game plan there by Adam Lind. Don't wait around for the curve. It's been deadly. Good swing.
So Adam Lind flirting with 300 again. That's his 70th base hit of the year. Michael A. Taylor on a bouncing ball to the right side. Got to first 2 innings ago. Stole his 13th base. And then scored with 2 outs on the Alejandro Deaza base hit to left center. One.
The one thing you can do if you're not a stolen base guy on first base in a 1-1 game or 2-1 game is look for that curveball in the dirt. It bounces off the catcher, 390 feet.
Fastball in. 2-2.
That little practice swing he does, that half swing where he's kind of thinking right center. That's to keep him through the baseball, up the middle the other way, keep him on that Nola curveball. And a good way not to get infatuated with that big home run he hit last night. A lot of times Michael Taylor, once he hits one to the pull side, wants to do it more. When he's most effective, he's hitting the ball hard to right center.
2-2, how about that? Plugging the gap. To the scoreboard it goes. Lynn heading for third. Phillies get it back in a hurry. Second and third, 1 out. There is no ceiling on what that young man can do if he takes that approach you were just talking about.
His hands inside the ball, drive it the other way. If you think pull off Nola with that curveball, there's no way you're hitting it as a right-hander because it's going the other way. Your front side's going to fly out. But that little practice swing you saw was so his hands were in that position to hit that exact ball right there. Beautiful swing by Michael A. Taylor. Nats in business here with 1 out.
Wieters is next. Nationals down by a run. The hits are even at 4 and 2 in a row in this inning. Had Wieters pop up to short last time. Then he gets that big curveball on the first.
Pete McCannon's infield back. Ground ball to second, ground ball to short, scores a run.
Yeah, great speed at second base. Anything into the outfield, not right at somebody. Could put the Nats on top. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. Wieters saw 3 consecutive hooks. 2 down. Aaron Nola, strikeout number 6.
Season plan holders, don't forget to renew your plan by Friday, September 8th. Guarantee your access to the 2017 postseason and 2018 All-Star Game while enjoying the best member benefits package in all of baseball. Visit nationals.com/2018 today.
Phillies not messing with Alejandro Diaz this time.
That's a walk that I'll never know how that happened. Can we see a replay of that?
It was pretty exciting.
I mean, didn't see it. Exmo replay of it.
Tanner Roark down by a run here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. It's about time for Tanner to get his first RBI or RBIs of the year.
Had some good rips his first time up.
Front door on the curve. We've seen some of the center field shots of that curveball. Such dramatic downward movement on it. Matt Wieters couldn't make contact. We'll see if Tanner can. He's going to keep throwing it until somebody hits it. Another, and that low.
He wanted to. Good take. Well, he lost 1-0 last time, so this is the whole you got to bat, do something. Fighting.
Yeah, pitch count spoiler here. Nola up to 80 when he throws his next one. In his career, Tanner Roark 53 wins, Nola 22, 21 losses. This is his 57th career start and his 9th against the Nats. He'll step off for a moment.
You a curveball here again?
Yeah, he showed him a heater a moment ago on that foul ball. Braves just picked up 2 in the second against Miami. Fastball gets him looking up in the zone. Nats had 2 hits and a walk. They've stranded 5. To inning number 5 we go. Phil's on top. And he's been great against the Phils in his career. 8-1 in 13 starts. And in his last 12 starts, he is unbeaten with a 1.92 ERA, winning 8 times. Jake Thompson for the Phillies tomorrow night. Ballpark will be rocking on a Friday night with Max and the Nats. Blue eye taking third strike, brown eye swinging third strike.
Pull right in the middle of his face.
There's Aaron Nola. Base hit to right field, first time up. Good slider away.
You know, a lot of times when you have a tough travel day and you get in the wee hours of the morning, the pitcher will fly ahead of the team, but because of the hurricane,
yeah, commercial
Miami,
flight's hard to get, huh?
Yeah, Tanner was with the ball club last night.
Fastball bounced over to the right side for Ryan Zimmerman.
Tanner doesn't strike me as a fly ahead guy, though. Big series coming up, in case you haven't heard. The Dodgers, who have lost 72 games in a row, coming to Nats Park September 15th through the 17th. 705, 105, 808. So we'll be the broadcast on Friday. Saturday and Sunday is national. Visit nationals.com. For tickets, the Dodgers coming to town. Do you think they're getting nervous now?
Dodgers?
Yeah. I mean,
they're
10 and a half.
They're going to play the Rockies again tonight.
10 and a half games back are the Snakes. They've won just 13 in a row.
Yeah. Cesar Hernandez here. Ground ball to Zimmerman, strikeout. So it's the first time in Major League history that two teams have had simultaneous winning streaks of at least 13 games. As FP said, D-backs at 13, the Indians at 14. That's a fair ball, left field side for Hernandez. It'll come out of the short corner there. And their leadoff guy will have a double with one out here, fifth inning. So the Indians, of course, 83 and 56, way ahead of Minnesota. The D-backs way ahead in the wild card race. They are now 7.5 ahead of the Rockies. And the Astros have heated up again. They've won 7 straight after having so much on their minds over the last couple of weeks with Hurricane Harvey that came in to the Gulf Coast. Fastball in there to Freddie Galvis.
What if Dusty Baker's club gets close to catching the Dodgers for the best record? And the Diamondbacks are still on fire.
Yeah, pick your poison.
Do you want to catch the Dodgers? Or would you rather play the Cubs because you've played well against the Cubs this year? I mean, there's no easy way to a parade. There's no real path of least resistance. You got to beat the best to be the best, all the cliches, but what if you were maybe a game back with 2 games to play at the best record? How would you handle that?
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Would you just say, okay, let's play the Diamondbacks, or would you? I don't know.
Yeah, Tom Boswell sent out a great tweet today about the second wild card. You know, for a while there was only one wild card spot available. The second wild card has something like a dozen teams still with a mathematical chance of getting into postseason. Without that, the wild card race in the National League would be over, the way Arizona's dominated. So the addition of that second wild card team a few years ago has really made a big difference.
It's kept a lot of cities interested in their ball club.
Yeah. 2-2 to Freddie Galvis here. Turner jockeying with the runner. Murphy on the other side playing him to pull, and that's up and in. And Freddie got backed up by that one. Up the middle, well placed, and a base hit. Cesar Hernandez will score easily, and the Phillies lead 3-1. Freddie Galvis, RBI number 58.
Impressive number for a guy that hit 8th most of the year. Curveball up, just stays on top, rolls the wrist right back where it came from. And Cesar Hernandez, one of the fastest guys in the league, scores easily.
Here's Odubel Herrera. Fouled himself with that one. Hernandez, 14 steals, 19 attempts. And a line drive that'll drop into right center. Galvis picking, oh, he was going to stop at second. He goes on to third. So De Aza dropped it. Freddie Galvis had stopped just beyond the bag. So that should turn it into an error on the right fielder. And now the Phillies have first and third, one out.
Might have peeked to see if Freddie Galvis was going first to third, and the ball just gets underneath his glove. Yeah, Galvis had stopped at second. Maybe overran it a little bit. Now runners at the corners with one out. See, hit the brakes, started up. That's why you run the bases hard. When you have a base already made and you run hard into the base like Galvis is right at the bottom of your screen, it catches the attention of the outfielder, and maybe that happens. That's putting pressure on a defense. So many times on a base hit, you see guys just walk into second right there. But the fact that Galvis was going hard maybe forced De Aza to peak and miss the ball. So for you younger players, even though you have second base made, you go hard into it, you put pressure on the defense. Maybe something like that happens. That's good baseball.
Sure is. 3 hits in a row. Rhys Hoskins, the batter. Fly ball to left, ground ball to short. Got his hands inside that one, and that will be out of play down the left field side. That's running the edge, strike 2.
Rhys Hoskins talking about how he doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes, that he shortens up his swing. And you know, a lot of guys swing early in the count because they're scared to get to 2 strikes. They don't like to hit with 2 strikes. They're uncomfortable up there. He doesn't care. Why is that a big deal? Well, you just don't see it in today's game very often.
This entire inning, quite a battle for Tanner Roark. Murphy shading up the middle. Turner to pull on the shortstop side in a 1-2. Wieters away. And Hoskins reaching to foul it off.
I mean, we see it every day with Anthony Rendon. The art of hitting with 2 strikes, just fouling off ball after ball, letting it get deep, and hoping the guy makes a mistake somewhere along the line the longer you stay in the box.
Foul tip. Wieters holds on. 2 down. Tanner Roark goes off speed to get that huge second out.
The changeup in. is an effective pitch because you see fastball as a hitter. Usually the changeup's away from you, so you see something like that right on right in. You think it's a heater. Good pitch by Tanner Roark for a big strikeout here in the 5th.
It's up to Nick Williams now, the rookie, 0 for 2. Couple of high heaters. Now 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Long hold here. And the hitter eventually asking for time. Paul Emmel gave it to him.
So Pereira thinks about going here in a 1-2 count. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. 7 stolen bases on the year. I like that play with 2 strikes and 2 outs with a speedy runner on 3rd, because if for some reason they do throw through, you can steal a run.
Target away, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and the off speed to a right-hander and then a lefty. Serving Tanner Roark very well in the top of the 5th. Phillies get a run, could have been more. the Phils are fighting the Nats here tonight. Philadelphia 3-1 after 4.5. Trey Turner is going to lead off for the 3rd time tonight. Strikeout and a ground ball. And that one gets by the third baseman. The race is on. He is out. Called by Quinn Wolcott. At least that's the call, and I'm sure the Nats will have a look at this.
Looks safe from way up here. And a lot of fans a lot closer than we are thought so too. What a play by Galvis to make it that close. My goodness. Safe.
Looking at that, you figure the Nats have to challenge.
Well, maybe Quinn Wolcott heard the ball in the dirt as the first sound, and Trey Turner's foot on the bag as a second sound. He got fooled by that. Looks like he's safe.
I thought Freddie Galvis had no chance to make this play close, and he did.
Well, that's why he should win a Gold Glove this year. That was quite a play. Good hustle by Trey getting down the line.
So the crew chief, Paul Emmel, calling the balls and strikes tonight. On your left will join the 5th-year guy, Quinn Wolcott. Nats fans like what they see on the video board.
They're talking about it. What do you think? I think you're safe, dude. Thanks.
The Nationals, by the way, this year, and Dusty, 10 for 28 on challenges. 35% success rate.
I can't imagine the anxiety that players have nowadays waiting to see whether they have a hit or not. You know, you used to just wonder if they gave you a hit or not and look at the scoreboard, right? Hit or an error. And you couldn't turn around and look or your teammates would give you flack. You know, you had to kind of look out of the corner of your eye to see how they scored it, because it was perceived as selfish if you just turned around and gawked at the scoreboard to see if they gave you a hit or error. Now you got to wait around to see if it's a hit or an out.
Here come the headsets. Runner is out. So Trey Turner to the dugout, and that's 1 out to lead off the inning. Evidently they couldn't see enough to overturn.
So any part of the glove the ball hits is where they determine safe or out. And then it has to be secure in the back of the glove to end the play. So it has to touch leather, and that's where they freeze it and see where the foot is, then the ball is. I'm still not sure about that one.
Wilmer Difo is next, outside for a ball. Well, one way to beat the Nats these days is to keep Trey Turner off base, and Phillies have retired him 3 times tonight. Quite a play by Freddie Galvis. Running fastball, swinging back to the inside edge.
But this is when it gets weird, is when everybody in the ballpark cheers on the big screen. I mean, we've seen a murmur, but when everybody cheers, usually, you know, that's an indication of how the call is going to go, because it was obvious, right?
And then Difo follows up with a base hit. You know, a lot of people are wishful thinking during that process, but you're right. Usually when it's a really loud, kind of in unison reaction, you kind of think, okay, no doubt about it, he's safe.
Wherever you're at, when the home crowd cheers, that's usually how the call goes. I mean, when it's real loud like that. Because they're singing it how we're singing it.
Murphy now representing the tying run.
Maybe they got the Weather Channel on it.
Wilmer Difo 8 for 9 stealing this year. Base hit to left center. Last time up, Nola got him on a breaking ball that ended up in the dirt. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC Bank. So the last 2 seasons against the East, 123 games, Daniel Murphy, and of course a lot of that against his buddies in New York.
Yeah, I was about to say all 21 home runs and 86 RBI against the Mets.
Ask any Mets fan, he probably or she would agree with you. 2-0.
He does have 8 homers against the Mets in less than 2 years. See that swing? He's trying to get the ball in the air. That's what that's all about. Little practice swing. Bottom hand under the ball, or top hand under the ball, excuse me. He's showing you right where he wants the ball. See that?
Reaching on that 2-0 pitch and hoping it gets out. This will be close. And just over that barrier, the tarp kept J.P. Crawford from getting close to that ball. We talked about this before. The tarp here at Nationals Park used to be on the other side. This year there are new seats down the first base side, so the tarp sits over there.
So look at this little swing right here. Watch this right there. He's showing you exactly where he wants the baseball. He's a good low ball hitter, right? Pedro Martinez taught me that. He used to watch guys practice swings, and he said, they're telling you where they want the ball, so why would I throw it there? He's telling you right here. This is where I want it, right there. And he used to key off this as a pitcher and say, okay, well, I'm not throwing it right where your bat is right now. I'm going to throw it higher, lower, or maybe further in.
2-1 pitch. Short lead by Defoe. He's running. Pitch outside. That throw is high, and Wilmer circles around the bag and stays on for his 9th bag of the year. I mean, he went in there really fast and had to hug that base.
Only been caught one time, too, so when Wilmer goes, he usually makes it. He's so fast. Doesn't need a big lead. Just a good jump, and he usually gets one. Ryan's locked in. Murph might get something to hit here.
Nats, couple of steals tonight. Team 93 on the year, 3rd most in the league. Murphy takes the walk, and now the tying runs on base. First non-intentional walk by Aaron Nola tonight. This pitch count getting up there. This first pitch to Ryan Zimmerman will be number 90.
Now you got 31 home runs in the box. A lot of curveballs last time from Nola. Probably see some more here.
So Ryan 0 for 2 tonight, 3 for 16 career against the Phillies. 24-year-old right-hander. Outfield around to the right. Front door on that one, it stayed inside, so 2 hooks. To the left side, picked by Crawford, turned by Hernandez. And the Phillies with a 5-4-3, putting this game into the 6th inning. 3-1 for the visitors. Baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. So the Indians, who are ahead again tonight, plus 72 on the runs in their streak. D-backs, look at that ERA during their 13-game winning streak. Robbie Ray, 12 wins. Greinke, 16. Patrick Corbin has 13. They're pitching very well. And Joe Panik of the Giants. Can you believe that? 12 for his last 15. That is some kind of handful of game streak going on for him. So here we go, top 6. Tommy Joseph and Tanner Roark battling. Phillies 3-1. They've out hit the Nats 7-5. Tanner starts the inning with 91 pitches. Nola ended the 5th with 92. Nice action on that one to the outside edge. Ball gets away. Wieters can't find it. Tommy Joseph down to first base.
Check it out again. Change up in the dirt. Wieters kind of comes up on it and tries to backhand it and glove it, and then the ball just gets away. Can't see it. It kind of got lost between the legs of Paul Emmel and Joseph aboard.
Strikeout number 6, a wild pitch attached to it. Here's the rookie J.P. Crawford. Line drive to right, fly ball to left.
I think I heard the bullpen phone down there.
You did.
I think you could hear that phone like 4 blocks away.
That's up in the zone. I guess the reason we can hear it because when it rings, that means things aren't going too well and the crowd's kind of quiet. But you're right. I mean, it seems to cut through everything.
Yeah. And
you would never believe we'd be able to hear a phone call from there to here. High in the air to left, fairly deep, and Lind is under it. That's the first out, top 6. An outfield note on the Nationals from Dan.
Bob, as you guys mentioned earlier, Victor Robles up today, largely because Brian Goodwin had a setback, Dusty Baker saying earlier today, in his rehab from a groin injury and unlikely to return this season. That opens up a possible bench spot for the Nationals on their postseason roster, backup center fielder type of spot. I asked Dusty about Wilmer Defoe, if he wants to get more of a look at Wilmer in the outfield down the stretch. He said Wilmer's more of an emergency option in the outfield. So with Brian Goodwin unlikely to return, we'll see how the Nationals choose to handle that potential opening now on their bench.
And Dusty said in regard to postseason, you really have to think long and hard about exposing a young player in a situation like that. Alfaro, Taylor made double play ball, Turner and Murphy turn it, and now the Nats will be right back into the dugout with Adam Lind leading off. The Washington Nationals, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Beautiful night, waiting for some offensive action here to get the Nats back at the Phillies. Lynn Taylor Weeders coming up. Looks like some presidents signed his ball cap. Well done. Celebrate the start of the new school year. 50% off tickets to the series coming up after this one between the Nats and the Braves. Next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Visit nationals.com/tickets. Use promo code SCHOOL to get your 50% off. Some restrictions may apply.
She was tipping her pitches. Did you see the way she was holding her glove? That's a fastball. Sharing is caring. I like it.
Adam Lind already has one hit tonight. Michael A. Taylor's been on twice behind him. Up the middle, well placed, and Adam Lind, what else is new, is 2 for 3. The man is a hit machine.
Yeah, good swing. Line moves to a guy that's seemingly locked in, and Michael A. Taylor. So tie and run at the plate.
You know, I've seen teams shift on Adam Lind here and there. It seems like he finds holes against the shift more than anybody I've seen.
Well, you know, the game moves so slow for him. The ball hits his barrel, it stays there for a second. Then, like a highlight cesta, he just throws it out there where nobody is. It's a smart hitter.
It's almost uncanny.
Ooh. When you're in rhythm with your lower half, you can let the throttle out, like Michael A. Taylor did right there. When you're on time, you can swing hard.
Phillies bullpen comes to life. Left-hander Adam Morgan. He was a starter. He's made a couple of changes to his repertoire out there, and he's doing really well as a Phillies reliever from that left side. Taylor, a good take on the breaking pitch, 1-1. That's something he could turn on. Tonight's game on MASN brought to you by FH Fur. Absolutely the best. Target away. Gets away and easily to second base, Adam Lind.
Yeah, nicely done. If you're not a base stealer, you're hanging out. Look for that curveball in the dirt. There it is. You saw it early. The ball kicks away, and Adam Lind advances. That takes away the double play, and now Michael A. Taylor still thinking about right center field here.
Yeah, he had a beauty last time, a line drive right up the alley with one out in the fourth. He stopped at second, Lind stopped at third. Nola went to work and struck out Wieters and eventually Tanner Roark after a walk. Two-run game, bottom of the sixth. So Nola reaches 100. Tanner on that double play ball got to 100, ending the sixth inning. Yeah, the phone rang in the Nats bullpen, but nobody throwing. That could change if the Nats get a bunch of guys on base here and it gets down to that number 9 batting spot. A lot of pauses here between Nola and Taylor. And that fastball fouled straight back.
That got.
That get Paul Emmel?
I think he got him in the arm.
That's why the catcher's going for a walk.
Where'd he get him? Bicep shot.
Yeah. He's got some padding under there, but I don't think it goes down as far as that ball hit him. Got him right on the numbers. Two and Taylor strikes out on the changeup. Aaron Nola, strikeout number 8. First out, 6th inning.
Good pitch. You know, Michael Taylor's thinking two-seam fastball curveball. Wasn't even thinking about the changeup, and Nola threw a good one. I didn't think he'd throw him that pitch either. Good battle.
pitch battle. Here's Wieters.
It's number 104 coming.
Yeah, he's due to lead off the 7th.
Matt Wieters is due to run into one. Getting that double-digit club.
Now the bullpen gets busy. Oliver Perez. Yeah, Matt was swinging the bat pretty well before the back started bugging him a week or so ago. Right through the catcher. And that's a big 90 feet with one out.
Yeah.
3-0 count. And a changeup got right through Jorge Alfaro.
Yeah, 5-hole. 2 5-holes.
Pass ball all the way.
Green light here?
Well, maybe with all those curveballs in mind, if he sees a fastball, he should be ripping.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He might take a 3-0 fastball to get a 3-1 curve.
He got a fastball, and there it goes to the gap in left center. Scoring easily as Lind. Matt Wieters delivers an opposite field double that could change the direction of this game. RBI number 50 for the Nats catcher.
Yeah, that's good 3-0 hit, not because it worked, because look at the pitch he got. So he wasn't just swinging 3-0. You could tell his game plan was to go that way the whole time. So he got a fastball in the zone he's looking for. 3-0, and he goes shopping at the gap to make this a one-run game. Nice at bat, Matt Wieters.
And that'll finish Aaron Nola after 5 1/3 and approaching 110 pitches. So the Nats are into the bullpen of the Phillies. It's a new game at 3-2. A double, RBI number 50, and now it's a one-run game. Adam Morgan, a starter for the Phillies. The Nats have seen him in that role many times. But this year they've made him into a reliever, and he's appearing in his 29th game.
The fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball averaging 94 this year. Last year it averaged 90, so picked up 4 miles an hour on his fastball on average.
Andres Blanco on a double switch will bat ninth and play first base. And hey, this is September. Every time a manager makes a move, because of the expanded rosters, the other manager has a counter move. And in this case, it's Howie Kendrick for Alejandro De Aza. So the Nats get a lefty-righty matchup here. Howie, a former Philly, of course, from earlier this year, 0 for 2 against the lefty.
Well, Pete McCannon asked me how Howie Kendrick was working out for the Nats, and I said thanks.
I ran into former Nats coach John McLaren in the Phillies clubhouse today. He told me, he said something about Howie Kendrick that I hadn't thought of. He said, you need guys coming off the bench who can get a hit against a closer from the other ball club.
Yeah.
He said, you've got two of those guys in Howie Kendrick and Adam Lind.
A good closer.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about guys who would come off the bench in a late inning situation and be able to do something big. And the Phillies know all about Howie Kendrick and that.
Pretty good bench. So I went Adam Morgan Fangraphs in my search, and it said Adams Morgan Restaurants.
It is a very fine neighborhood here in the district. In fact, a member of our crew used to live there.
Well, when I think of Adams Morgan, I don't think of restaurants.
Two and one to Howie Kendrick, who's had so many clutch hits for the Nats. Traded to the Nationals July 28th.
Are they thinking about a catcher on second base, maybe? Look at all the bench guys ready to rock and roll. Hey, we got a catcher on second. Let's mix up the signs. Or we have a base open and the pitcher on deck. But I don't think Tanner Roark's fooling anybody out there. If they walk Kendrick, you'll probably see one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right-handers on the bench tonight. 6 now with Howie up there.
Kendrick, high fly ball, tailing away from the right fielder, and enough to get out of play.
I mean, you want to take that bench thing further, Carb. You got two bench guys that can get hits off of number 1, number 2 starters too on a given day.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, Dusty puts in Howie Kendrick and Adam Lind against a 4 or 5 starter because that's the only time they can get hits. You know, you put them out there against a 1, and they're gonna give you some great at bats and maybe get a few hits too.
3-2 now with 1 out. Kendrick on a breaking ball, fights it off to stay in there. And he does the same with a 97 heater.
And he broke
Wow.
the stadium. Stadium is broke.
Phillies give Kendrick left center. Hit .340 for them in 39 games before the trade. Somebody's got to be out of timeouts in this inning. Payoff pitch again with one out. Howie Kendrick draws the walk. A couple of those pitches, it almost looked like Alfaro was having a hard time catching up with the fastball to simply glove it. And the Nats have 2 on now. Tanner Roark called back.
Did a nice job tonight.
Rafael Bautista, the rookie, will get an AB here.
That's going to try to get him a W right here.
Last time we saw Rafael was on August 27th. Doubleheader Sunday. He was the 26th man called up for that.
You know, this is where the whole pitcher scouting report with the bench guy with the pitching coach thing, and you just go to, like, you remember, you know, Oregon football has the signs. Just flash some cards in the dugout.
Good thought.
You know, like, carp on a headset means, you know, you can't hit a slider. Just flash it up there. It may be. Abe Lincoln, picture of Abe Lincoln means, you know, fastball's in. And then it's quicker. Just flash a big card out. They relay plays in football all the time.
To the gap in left center. The ball is on the ground. Matt Wieters pulls into third. Kendrick into second. Base runners had to make sure that was falling. And Rafael Bautista delivers a base hit. They're loaded for Trey Turner with one out.
Good at bat off the bench, nicely placed. Howie Kendrick read it, but Matt Wieters had to wait for it to drop. Trey Turner has a chance to do some damage. He'll try to stay up the middle or the other way.
Trey Turner 2 for 3 against Adam Morgan. Tying runs at third base, one out. And he drops in the 77 curveball.
Well, now you got to fight.
And the 0-2, Turner up the middle, base hit. Wieters scores. Kendrick coming home. The Nats are on top.
Trey time. That was clutch. 0-2 count. Fastball right down the middle. Adam Morgan wants that one back. He did not mean to throw it right down Broadway. Howie Kendrick scores easily. And just like that, the Nats take the lead. And just like that, the Braves take the lead. 4-3. Both scores 4-3.
Well, how about a 3-0 pitch in this inning and an 0-2 pitch in this inning? Wieters and Turner taking care of business. And here's Wilmer Defoe. Kind of an uncertain swing and the ball diving away from him. Wilmer tonight 1 for 3 with a steal. Trey Turner just drove in his 35th and 36th runs of the year. Great speed out there with Bautista 90 feet ahead of him. He'll be eyeballing anything off speed that's low.
Give Trey credit for being ready to hit their 0-2. A lot of times an 0-2 fastball right down the middle lock you up because that's the last place you're looking for it in that count.
So the book closed on Nola, who gives up 3 runs, 2 earned. Off speed now. That changeup 9 miles an hour slower than the fastball he saw.
It would be the worst idea to steal here.
2 guys who can fly. I mean, Trey Turner can get as far off of first base as he wants, as he eyeballs Bautista ahead of him. And the count stays 1-2.
Just watching Daniel Murphy on deck right now. He's clapping with the bat under his arm every time Wilmer fouls off a pitch. That's how much he's into it right now. Love to see that. Cheering on his teammate from the on deck circle. I love it.
Off speed. A game in Atlanta you referenced. Matt Kemp is hit his 18th for the Braves. And this one, a hot shot to short. And with the ball on the ground, all they got to do now is tag out Trey Turner. Rafael Bautista, on a ball that was a grounder, went back to second base.
Was he safe at second though? Because if he is, that's only 2 outs. Hold on, ground screw. Hold on.
A lot of confusion here with the base runner going backwards. Umpires will consult.
They got to tag him right there. And he's still safe-ish. Get back to, he's still safe.
They still haven't
he's
tagged him.
He's still safe. And he's still safe.
Unbelievable.
Once.
That is not a force play with a runner going backwards,
no.
right?
Well, and then once they step on the bag, the force is off. I don't know. I'm not used to seeing baseball backwards unless Michael Morse is hitting against the Cardinals. What do we got?
Well, it looks like Turner's out, and then Defoe will be at first.
Right.
And Bautista still at second on a fielder's choice.
Well, give Trey Turner heads up and a lot of credit, because Trey Turner was telling Bautista to get back on the bag. The inning's not over, so he's safe. Hernandez steps on the base. Turner's out. And then Bautista's walking off because he's playing baseball backwards right now. And then Trey Turner, if we have it, tells Bautista to get back on the base. Watch Trey Turner if we stay with this. Trust me, Trey's the one that waved him back to the base.
Yeah. I mean, all Cesar Hernandez had to do was tag Bautista anywhere in that sequence there, and the inning's over, but he never did.
There you go.
Well done, Trey. So an unusual base running play, and then a bit of a cramp by the Philadelphia second baseman. And if Daniel Murphy does something big here, this is huge.
I mean, if you're playing baseball in the southern hemisphere, that was going the right way. South of the equator, that was a good play.
6-4, by the way, on the fielder's choice.
Did Bautista think that the ball was caught in the air?
That's the only thing I can think of that would send him backwards.
You know what? You just don't know what you're going to see when you watch baseball every single night.
So it's Murphy against Morgan here. Daniel 1 for 12 career against him with a walk and a run batted in. Breaking ball drops in on 2-0. I mean, Daniel Murphy should be out playing second base right now. And if he comes up big here with 2 outs, this is a huge play in the game. Fastball up in the zone, 2-2.
Yeah, I think of the times as you look at the double barrels in the dugout. When I laughed the hardest in the dugout as a player, it was always when there was base running stuff going on. It just, for some reason.
So Kinsler maybe pitches now that the Nats have the lead. Murphy's going to strike out. So nothing significant comes out of a bizarre play that kept the inning alive, but the Nats are on top.
Tonight he strikes out 6 Phillies. Slider sharp right there. Nice changeup to Rhys Hoskins, and then another nice changeup. So Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families. Make a donation of $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by Nats pitcher this season.
Well, now that the Nats have taken the lead, a whole bunch of things have changed in this game. Defensively, you'll see in a moment, the bullpen is all set up. Rafael Bautista will stay in the 9-hole, and he'll be playing right field.
So when you're 31 games over 500, 18 games up, and something happens on the bases like that, it's funny, trust me. And they're all having a good time with it.
Well, Trey Turner has just shown us that he'll be a coach or a manager someday. There's Bautista out there in right. Adam Lind double switched out of the game, and after pinch hitting, Howie Kendrick will be in left. So the bullpen set up. Kinsler in the 7th, and then probably Madsen and Doolittle. Doolittle didn't have to pitch last night. So here's Kinsler, who's been brilliant. Only 5 Phillies have faced him, and Andres Blanco not one of those. There's Howie. Love the action on that first fastball. That one a little bit away. Andres Blanco, switch hitting infielder. Can play just about anywhere. inside, 2-1. Phillies box. Home run's the story of the night for them. Leadoff homer, Alfaro. Back in the third. One by Joseph in the fourth, and the RBI base hit, Freddie Galvis, fifth inning. 3-1. Kinsler keeps the ball down, and he's missed.
If you want to have a good belly laugh, Google Ruben Rivera base running blunders Giants. If you thought that was funny what you just saw, you'll laugh hard, trust me, just do it. One of the funniest things I've ever seen on a baseball field.
This ball hit out to center. Taylor going back, and he's got it! The brilliant defense of Michael A. Taylor continues.
He made this look easy. Watch the long strides, the perfect route. He finds the fence, he times the leap perfectly, and robs another home run. Who's playing better center field than Michael A. Taylor right now? Tell me. I mean, this is a one-run game in the seventh inning. That's a great play anytime, but when you talk about the circumstance, the situation, and the time of game and the score, unbelievable.
Well, he made the catch at the end of the game in Milwaukee. The Doolittle couldn't watch. He's dazzled us in Miami. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff man, Cesar Hernandez, who's 1 for 3 tonight.
He's so under control when he got to the wall. The long strides, picking up the baseball, keeping your head still is the hardest part as a center fielder when you're running that hard. And then to time the leap and know exactly where you are. I mean, 6'4" helps a lot right there, but the route efficiency was amazing.
Target away. Cesar Hernandez 0 for 1 career against Brandon Kinsler. Three-two, throws him a strike, and Trey just casually takes that line drive in. 2 well-hit balls, 2 outs here in the 7th. Hey, some nights your defense takes care of you, right?
You throw strikes, they're ready.
Top of the order. First Hernandez has been retired, and now it's Freddie Galvis trying to bunt. Kinsler bare hand, so he decides to get in on the defensive fun. That ball was bunted hard, and he grabbed it. And the top of the 7th is over. Bang, bang, bang.
I mean, well, Michael A. Taylor made that look easy, and he kept the Nats ahead by 1. And a tip of the cap for Brandon Kinsler.
Adam Morgan, Ryan Zimmerman. Here comes the first pitch. Bottom of the 7th. Ryan an 0 for 3 night against Morgan. Career 2 for 9. Lefty reliever stays in there, having thrown 23 pitches. This one high in the air. Right field line. It's coming back, and it requires a sliding one-handed grab by the right fielder, Nick Williams. That ball twisting and turning all over the place.
It did come back a little bit. Look at Cesar Hernandez overrunning that by about 5 feet.
Damn it.
A nice sliding play by Williams. Give Ryan Zimmerman credit, he was hustling all the way too. And look who's in the batter's box. Here we go.
Prized prospect, 20 years of age, Victor Robles. We have done countless updates on him during the regular season. And here he is.
How about this treat? No batting practice today. It's the first time I've seen him hit.
Way outside, 2-0.
Good command of the strike zone so far. That's where you let it rip, right? First at bat is a big leaguer, 2-0 count. Auto swing, let it rip.
He did. And out to right. It's going to be caught by Nick Williams for the second out here. Tell you, look at these Nats fans. They know who the good young players are in the organization, and they're saluting a young man who has made it to the big leagues.
That's pretty cool. It's a good swing, hit the ball hard. And he was flying too, by the way. All right.
Next up is Taylor. Michael A. 1 for 9 against Adam Morgan.
I think they're getting on him for the tip of the cap as he was going back to the dugout. I'm watching the dugout right now, and they're all tipping their caps. Hey, you got a standing though. You're supposed to tip your cap.
That's right.
You got to win over the home fans.
And a ball lashed by Taylor, foul. Nats box score. Unearned run in the second. RBI hit by De Aza. And then the 3-run explosion in the 6th. RBI double. Matt Wieters, the big blow, got the Nats back close, and then Trey Turner's bouncer up the middle on an 0-2 pitch put Washington on top. Well, there's the 8th inning guy. Brandon Kinsler on 12 pitches took care of the 7th. So as mentioned earlier, once Dusty's ball club took the lead, they could make Tanner Roark a potential winner, and the bullpen is all set up. Swing and a miss on a fastball away. Nats gone in the 7th. To the 8th, 3-4-5 for the Phils, and here comes the big right-hander.
Next.
Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA. Beautiful night in the district. Washington Monument standing proudly over a beautiful Thursday night. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank. For the Achiever and you, we're taking a lot of glimpses into the future of this organization tonight. 22-year-old catcher at Hagerstown, Tres Barrera. That's under 360 his last 10 games. Texas Longhorn, 6th-round pick just last year. Here he is, Ryan Madsen, to face Herrera, Hoskins, and Williams.
Younger brother is Dos. Older brother's Quattro.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, keep it simple, baby.
Odubel Herrera. First pitch swinging, pops it up left field. Trey Turner's out there, waves everybody off. One pitch, one out, 8th inning.
Watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.tv every night on every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
Ryan Madsen, a Philly from 2003 through the 2011 season. That final year in Philly, 32 saves in 34 opportunities. And that one stays up. So this is interesting. As he takes the mound tonight, he had pitched against every team in Major League Baseball except the Phillies. And now that's on the chart as well. That's a great hook at the knees. 491 games for the Phils over those seasons we mentioned. And he was out of baseball for 3 years. Came back in 15 with the Royals. Saved 30 for the A's the year after that. And doing a really great job as a setup guy for our ball club. 1-1 to Hoskins, who tried to get to that inside heater at 96.
See the run on it?
Wow.
It wasn't just 96, it was all over Rhys Hoskins' hands. Watch where it starts and watch where it finishes. I mean, that started middle, and it ended off the plate in.
Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast. 1-2 to Hoskins, who comes to DC and goes 0 for 4 to this point in his first game against the Nats. Next up, another rookie, Nick Williams.
High heat from Ryan Madsen, and he's right on top of you. I mean, that's a long stride down the hill. Plus 96, right on top of you with some gas.
Yeah, plus he's 6'6", 225. Williams 0 for 3 tonight. And he does a nice job of taking that base hit the other way. That'll get down to the pitcher spot. And Maikel Franco will be the hitter. And Luis Garcia in their bullpen.
Well, you know one thing, he's going to swing hard here.
Well, you have well documented that this year, haven't you? When he runs into him, damage is done. 18 homers, 62 RBIs. But he's batting .223 with 84 strikeouts. Wow.
He'll shorten up here with 2 strikes.
No, he won't.
You know, you talk about all the ingredients that go into WAR, Carp. I wonder what robbing a home run is worth in WAR, because you talk about wins above replacement.
Right.
I mean, that's got to be like a full game or so. You feel like, I don't know. I would definitely mix that into my WAR soup. Robbing home runs. For outfielders, WAR.
Sure. What an athlete.
I mean, just since he's come off the DL, we could do a good 2-minute highlight reel on all the plays he's made. Easy. Just since the DL. Not even before. The throws at home. The double play the other night on the run in Miami. So since August 13th, about a month, not even.
Oh, 2 here. And Madsen throwing that changeup, diving down and in. Franco able to get a piece of it. So Madsen going in there again, not missing by much. One and 2. And this one just enough to get over the dugout.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of letting my mind wander right now, and I'm anxious to see Kinsler, Madsen, and Doolittle in front of a packed house at Nats Park in a playoff game. I think this place is going to go nuts when these guys come in the game. And just to see how these guys handle postseason baseball when they've done it before, especially the guy you're looking at right now. He's got resume. I don't think he's flappable.
1-2. He went. Big hook by Ryan Madsen. So 2/3 of the equation completed at the back of the bullpen tonight. Here's Kendrick. Bautista due up. A little further into the Phillies bullpen. And it's Luis Garcia. 30-year-old right-hander. 56th appearance for the Phillies. And the Nats will try to find some add-on stuff here. Matt Wieters is 1 for 2 career against him.
And Garcia, fastball slider split. Fastball 97, so got a good heater.
Right in there with 98. 1-1.
Clutch 3-0 double last time up. Get to this time of year, I always used to admire catchers, because they're all so banged up with foul tips and back swings and balls in the dirt all season long. It always amazed me that in September they were still taped together and able to go out there and perform after 6 months behind the plate. You know, the everyday guys, the grinders that are in there more times than not. When you think about what they go through over 6 months, you know, 100-mile-an-hour fastballs in the dirt bouncing off their body parts, foul tips. Used to be plays at the plate too, and they got crushed on top of all that.
Then he goes off speed upstairs with the slider for the strikeout.
All right, just like we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. How about some Trey Turner for you? You remember Saturday in Milwaukee had that clutch double after the Wilmer Defoe bunt in the top of the 8th to give the Nats the win. And tonight an 0-2 count, fastball right down the middle. Electrified the crowd here and his dugout. Trey Turner, ladies and gentlemen, with your Miller Lite moments.
Howie Kendrick in that 3-run rally came off the bench, drew a key walk and scored.
Kind of disagree with that moment. I've never seen a guy get a standing ovation for making an out before, and that's what I would have went with.
You got to go with that one.
I would have went with that.
Kendrick, base hit. Howie keeps on rolling.
There he is, the doctor, getting loose.
Nats won handily last night, so Blanton, Kelly, Romero, and Grace took care of 4 innings, 1 run on 3 hits. Sean, of course, last pitched the night before and the night before that. Marlins just got a run in the 7th to tie the Braves. It's 4-4 there. Nats take care of their business no matter what happens in Miami, in Atlanta with Miami. The magic number would still go down 1 to 5.
This is like not knowing when Christmas morning is, the anticipation. You know it's close. You know, this year it's the 23rd, the 26th. You know, that's what you feel like right now.
Parents can use that to their advantage, by the way. And that should be a couple. 4-6-3 with Freddie Galvis brushing across the bag. And here we go to the top of the 9th. Sean Doolittle as a Nat in the saves department, 15 for 15. He's been amazing. There have been anxious moments, but he's made it through almost every time.
I'm a big fan of that changeup, my friend. Big.
Like every single time. 4-3 as you go to the top of the 9th inning. Trey Turner with the clutch hit. We just showed you that. Tanner Roark was bueno tonight. Matt Wieters the double. But the reason Sean Doolittle's on the mound right now for a potential save is because of this catch by Michael A. Taylor. The reaction from Blanco, the tip of the cap from Kinsler, and 1 out. On a clutch play from the Nats center fielder once again.
30-year-old Sean Doolittle. As an Nat, 23rd appearance, 18 hits in 22 innings, 20 Ks, 6 walks.
Yeah, fastball 88% of the time at 95 on average. Occasional slider, occasional change. Here we go. The doctor is in.
And Pete Mackanin finding something out about his rookies here, at least trying to. Lefty-lefty matchup for J.P. Crawford, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight in the yard tonight. Nats X post-game show. When this one's over, presented by Who But WB Mason. High and tight on an 0-2 pitch. We like that. Don't want to put anybody in danger, but that'll move a hitter back.
Not go away.
And there's the slider away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Showed that highlight of Daniel Murphy high-fiving Sean Doolittle after a game, and he was saying, I like that changeup. I really enjoyed that changeup. I think what Murph is saying is, hey, I like you to give him a different look. Every once in a while, like we talk about, just to get that thought in the back of my head that you might throw it, which makes your fastball that much more fast. A little shake-off, too, could help.
2-2 to the rookie. Hanging in there.
J.P. Crawford is fighting.
Crowd of 26,267 tonight. I mean, he's acting like he's faced this guy 10 times already.
Big pitch coming. One-run game.
Not reacting at all to the breaking ball. So it's full.
Come on, here we go. Come on. Come on.
Time for the heater.
Hey, boy.
And he overpowers him into a pop-up. Short center. Taylor. 1 out.
Big pitch, big first out.
Next up, Jorge Alfaro, the catcher, and then Andres Blanco.
So I guess the question is, do you do before the out or do after the out? Or just do the whole inning? I like before. I like the preemptive strike of the do's.
A little extra motivation, perhaps.
Absolutely.
He overpowers that hitter into a pop-up. Howie's got it out in left center. And the Nats are an out away from their 86th win. And one more shaved off that magic number. Andres Blanco, the final hope for the Phillies.
Here we go. I think Andres Blanco's going, what did I do to deserve this?
Doolittle ahead.
Changeup.
Swing and a miss on a heater up at 96.
It's a tough one to lay off.
Two-two pitch. Right in there, game over. And now you can count the magic number on one hand. It's down to 5 as the Nats take care of business here with their 86th win of the year and their 4th in a row.
32 games over 500. 18.5 game lead. And folks, your Nats are rolling.
When you play Washington, it's a 6-inning game. The starter, Roark, then Kinsler, Madsen, and Doolittle. It goes according to form at the ballpark tonight.